Hello, and welcome to the eighth episode of this series of tips and tricks for your key fob designs. In this episode, we are going to focus on the little pit that contains the buttons. Let me show you the canvas plane, and you see it here. This surface right here takes us from the top surface. You remember the offset surface down to this main surface that goes around here, same level, but on the inside, so to speak. So I am prepared. I'm going to turn off the canvas planes, and I am prepared a couple of curves using the exact same technique as shown in the earlier videos. So I'm not going to bore you with that. Uh, these are, if we bring on the canvas again and perhaps make it a bit more transparent, I've tried to capture the highlight of the outer boundary right here and the inner boundary surrounding the buttons right here. So we're going to use those two curves, but we need some surfaces to project them onto. Well, the outer outer curve right here, it goes up to the very top surface, the red surface right here. But this one, we are going to need a copy of the main surface right there. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to pick that surface, this one right here, and make a copy of it using Control C and Control V. Now I have two identical surfaces here. This copy of the surface, I'm going to untrim using untrim options box. Make sure I have all checked and then go. That brings out this main surface without the trimming. And after that, if I go pick curve on surface, pick all the curves on the surface except for that one. I want to keep that to trim it along the symmetry line. And delete. And then we can trim this surface right here. We only work on one side here, like so. And there we have it. Next thing I want to do is that I want to project the outer contour here up to the very top surface right there. So I'm going to pick the surface, go project, but using the options box, I'm checking that I'm projecting in the correct direction here, which is C. So I can go ahead. And then I'm going to pick the curves. That one, that one, that one, that one, and I think there is another one right there now. And that one, like so. And then hit project. I now have the outer contour for my pit right there. I'm going to do the same thing with this surface here with the inner contour. So I'll pick the surface, go project. I already know that it's been set to the Z direction. And then pick the inner curves. Also, that one, I think, yeah. And go project onto the lower surface. So let's turn off the original curves and see what we got here. Well, we got two curves. on different levels, as you can clearly see. And now I want to check because I want to use skin, a crown skin surface all the way around here. And if we look at the curves now, I have one, or curved surface, sorry. I have one here, one here. Those two seem to match up pretty well. Um, the next ones do not. You see, this curve ends here, and that one ends there, and it's going to be a strange skin surface. We can try it. So if I go surface, skin, hit this one and that one, you can see that this end here looks kind of weird. So let's not do that. Let's instead connect the, oops. So we go pick on surface. I'm gonna pick them all just to see the edit points. Like so. We get a better idea where each curve starts and where each curve ends. So what I want to do is to make this a curve that ends here, right on the opposite of the inner curve here. And to do so, I first need to divide this curve on surface right there. So I go pick curve on surface. Yes, I do. Curve edit. No, object edit, attach, detach. Click using Control and Alt to snap it onto the curve and move the breaking point to around here, right on the opposite of the other curve. And then go. I now have a curve on surface here and here, and of course this one as well. In order to run a skin surface between these two, I'm going to need to connect this curve on surface right here with this one. So I go pick nothing, object edit, attach, and the options box. Make sure I have connect checked, not blend, because that will alter the shape of the curves. So connect, and I click go on this curve close to the endpoint and on that curve close to the endpoint. And I now have a curved surface matching this one in a much better way when using my, oh, not great, but you get it. See what else we got? We got those two, they match up pretty well. We got those two and they match up pretty well, and these two obviously too. So I think this is gonna work for our skin surfaces. I'm gonna turn off the edit points once again. And let's try it. So surfaces, skin. Here's my first skin. I have my, oh no. Surfaces, skin in the options box as well. So if I will query edit on my latest surface here. You see I have my crown mode on. It's set to proportional, but I want it to crown the other way. So I'm going to flip it like so. 0.02, as usual, play around with these parameters to get the shape that you want. So I go next and click on my connected curve right here, and that one as well. And that looks okay-ish. The crown is in the correct direction and so on. So I go next. Just check the crowning. It looks correct. And next. Correct. And finally, this little guy right here, which I need to flip the round direction like so. Did I miss one? No, I didn't. Okay. Now we can trim this top surface with our curves on surface that I already have here. So I'm going to pick nothing, pick my top surface, and trim it. And see what we got so far. Well, I have my little step down in my pit. Only thing left to do here is to trim this purple one as well. So let's do that. I pick the surface. Where is it? Right there. And I go trim, and I keep this area at the bottom of the pit, like so. And now we have a pretty nice pit. I'm gonna transfer all the surfaces into my surf layer. Turn on the symmetry, the visual symmetry. And here you can see it much clearer what we got. Total model. Only thing left to do here with these are the rounding off of the edges, and you can either use surface fillet or round to do so. I'm not going to bore you with that. So in the next episode, you will see these edges rounded. Okay, thanks for watching.